Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 7th of February and I have some rather interesting news for you today. This time from Naughty Dog, as they are apparently considering their options regarding a sequel to The Last of Us. Of course, a very, very good game which quite rightly won a load of awards and found its way onto several Game of the Year lists, being a very, very good game indeed, and definitely one that I enjoyed immensely. Now, this comes from Neil Druckmann, who is of course talking just a week before the PS3 get its first and only single-player DLC, which is a prequel that explores some of the origins of Ellie. And Neil Druckmann did say that Naughty Dog is looking at how best to approach a sequel. And in case you're wondering what role he plays in the team, he's a writer and creative director. And he said, quote, "We just wrapped up Left Behind, and Bruce Straley, the game director, and I have been doing this for over 4 years now. So it's just time for a break and to recharge the batteries. We have started brainstorming some stuff. To be honest, some of them are sequel ideas and some of them are brand new IP. We've spent the last few weeks brainstorming new IP, so we have to get some good steps and see. It's kind of like how we approach Left Behind. Can we tell people a story that's really worth telling and that's not repeating itself? And if we can't, where can we get inspired? What is something that's really going to challenge us and pushing storytelling in this medium forward?" Now, for those of you who don't know, Naughty Dog actually has two teams internally, with one of them working on an Uncharted game for the PS4. Now, there has been some speculation and rumblings from the gaming community that The Last of Us would be bundled with a new story DLC for a PS4 port, but unfortunately there is nothing to share on that just yet. And Neil Druckmann, when he was talking on the possibility of a PS4 port of The Last of Us, he said, quote, "We have such limited resources, and it's a question of where you put the resources. It's something where we can have a feel of where the demand is and where our time is best spent. It's something that we'll figure out as we move forward." And I can definitely see what he means. They're already working on, of course, the Uncharted game for the PS4. And of course, they need to think about their new IP. So, do they really want to be spending resources on a port of The Last of Us? Now, while I think that a lot of people would love The Last of Us on PS4, I personally would, just because I would love to see the graphics updated a little bit, because I feel that that game was beautiful on the PS3, but it was obviously pushing the hardware to its very brink, and I'd love to see what the game would look like, given that you know, they could make a proper port and actually improve the graphics and textures and make use of the extra power that the PS4 has over the PS3. That would be amazing, but that's just, again, dreamland talk. I have no, weight behind those claims. I'm not on the phone to Neil Druckmann at night, I'm going to show you that. So I don't know, but I'm just saying that that's the port I would like to see if it was ported to PS4. I personally, though, would prefer either new IP or The Last of Us 2. Now, could they come up with an interesting idea that would actually be something new and not just sort of, oh, it's more Last of Us? I don't know. It's an interesting world, and they could either do it before, so you could do like as society was falling, or much further in the future, so we can see the ramifications of the ending of The Last of Us, which, don't worry, I won't spoil in case you haven't played it, but still, we could have that, which could be really interesting. What would you guys like to see? What would you prefer? Some new IP, The Last of Us 2, or would you like to see The Last of Us on PS4? I know you cannot choose more than one, you greedy, greedy people. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.